So with stuff like this, I'm not trying to be negative or be mean or like dunk on anybody. So please don't take it this way. But you want to be very careful about anecdotal success stories in hard businesses. For all the businesses, I'm sorry, that I mentioned in my last reel, which was bison, microgreens, fish farming, weed, there are people who have succeeded. The issue is just because they've succeeded doesn't tell you anything about your likelihood of succeeding, especially if you're new to farming. But pointing to the success stories or the so called success stories have problems for two reasons. Number one, you don't necessarily know what they had to get started. Like they might have had some ace in the hole. They might already be rich. They might have had somebody in the industry. They might have had some contract lined up waiting for them. You just don't know what they had that allowed them to be that unlikely success story. And number two, they might not be a success story. I know of lots of farms that still exist. They're still in business, but they lose money every single year. Sometimes lots of money every single year. How do they afford to keep losing money? They dump money into it from off farm jobs, or they're constantly crowdfunding, or they're always applying for grants to make up the bottleneck. And I can tell you, down to the last person, they're all like, they're hurting. Like you see the smiles and the, no, this is what their Instagram looks like. Oh my God, like it looks so nice. It's all the landscapes and all the pretty stuff and all the green grass and the pretty vegetables and neat rows and people on tractors smiling. They're a little dirty, they're a little ruddy, they got their Carhartt overalls on, but when they go home, the cortisol levels are just, so you gotta watch it. Because farming, I feel like farming especially is really good at putting out this front that people are doing so well and that they're so happy when oftentimes they aren't. So, beware the anecdote of the success story because you don't know what's going on under the covers. Unless you've worked for them and have seen their books and see what their lifestyle is like and know where they're coming from, trust your own judgment and don't look for confirmation bias in the ranks of people who are doing what you think you want to do and look like they're winning.